For the first year of my real estate business, I was doing everything manually. I was looking at properties one by one, or I was running comps by hand, doing spreadsheets at midnight, trying to figure out if a deal for myself or for one of my clients made sense. I'm a mortgage broker, so I was making pretty good money and I was investing it, but I was completely consumed by it, working 80 or 90 hours a week. I didn't go to college, so I've always been an entrepreneur. Working that much was not anything super foreign to me, but I was getting super exhausted by it. I had gotten fat, I was getting out of shape, and really my personal life was not where I wanted it to be at because I was so consumed by work. Then about a year ago, I was laid up at night like 2 or 3 a.m. and I was listening to an Elon Musk podcast, and he said that the minimum impulse bid for an AI company right now with no revenue, even if it's 6 months old, is $1 billion. I was laying in my bedroom, it was dark, had no lights on, and I just instantly perked up and I decided I had to go all in on AI. So that's originally when I started using it, trying to put together a few different use cases, not to buy properties, but just to stop drowning and to streamline our mortgage business more than anything. I hired a set of engineers, ran an intern program for my business for cheap labor, admittedly. And so 6 months into that, something happened that I didn't expect. I realized that the same tools I was using to try to save time and streamline my own business could actually be used to find deals and finance them at a scale that I could never do manually. And I started thinking about it as sort of a business model instead of a productivity tool. My name is Mark Munoz. I'm a mortgage lender and real estate investor. I've originated over $50 million in DSCR loans. I personally own about 100 rental properties, and I've helped investors acquire over 500 units of real estate. In this video, I want to show you how I actually got here, not the highlight reel, but the real vulnerable version. So I want to be honest about something that most AI and real estate content completely skips over, and that's the fact that when I first started building the automated side of this, the part where AI actually is sourcing and analyzing deals, doing the financing, it didn't work right away. There was weeks where the system was pulling bad data. There was months spent on projects that we ended up just scrapping. Literally complete systems that I probably spent 100 or 200 hours on just completely trashed because they weren't working and they didn't really make too much sense. So here's the thing, right? At that point I was 22. I had already built a trucking company to a couple $1 million in revenue, done a few acquisitions, and then lost that company from scratch because I started building in technology systems for predictive maintenance. This is how I originally got into technology. While I was building that out, my business partner backstabbed me. Our company was doing better than ever, and so I took that time to build out something that I thought could help us scale and get to maybe a $50 million exit or something like that. And so I wasn't new to building things from scratch, but honestly, I was a little bit traumatized from building technology solutions and working on actual product sets. So I kind of got to the point where I was about to quit on building the AI systems inside of our business because I didn't want to build something that didn't exist yet. I kind of got afraid. I was like, maybe I'm doing this the wrong way. Maybe I just need to put 100% of my time into marketing and sales so that we can actually generate more revenue. The thing is, for something like AI, there is no playbook. So, you're in a dead zone for a certain amount of time where you're putting in work and you're not getting anything back. But that's really the part that matters because that's when you find out if what you're building is real, because you start to get market validation. And for me, it was real. So honestly, I'm a big perfectionist, but my shift happened when I stopped trying to build a perfect system and started building a useful and effective one. Instead of trying to hook up the perfect blue text message that goes out to a realtor that's placing an offer, I just settled on sending as many emails to those realtors as possible so that we could at least get some volume going. And then I scheduled follow-ups. I made an SOP of what our loan processors were doing in-house, and then I fed that into the AI system to make it smarter. That way it could do its own underwriting. Instead of trying to feed into the AI our proprietary data set of conditional loan approvals for the AI to automatically spit out a loan approval as quickly as possible, I just scrapped that idea and I had a human in the loop. And so that's how I initially started off, is instead of trying to build a perfect AI system or instead of trying to build AGI, I just went at it step by step, trying to clear things off of my plate and off of our employees' plate that gave us enough time to think. And then I started layering in the bigger capabilities for systems that could scan property data, pull rent comps, calculate whether a deal cash flowed in seconds across hundreds of properties at once, and then started giving those tools to our clients so that our loan officer's time wasn't bottlenecked anymore, and we actually were giving our clients those tools in their hands. And that shift where we started giving things to our clients rather than using AI as a productivity system is what really started to amp things up, because we got a lot more data, and then our clients were like, literally just asked us, can we also use this to buy properties? That's when it kind of dawned on me that, holy shit, I could just use this to buy properties as well. My clients are right. So I kind of went through that process of getting market feedback, and within the first few months, it was analyzing like 500 properties a day across the 20 or so markets that we're in. And so, you know, for the first time, my bottleneck wasn't my time anymore. It was actually my capital. So I know how to originate capital. I know how to buy deals with a little amount of money. And so, you know, at that point, I just had to train the AI system on these different types of deal sets. So I started building out case studies for the different edge cases on how do you underwrite like the Peacock strategy, which if you guys don't know, it's a creative financing strategy. How do you do an internal assignment and that sort of thing. And so I started building that into my chatbot. That way it could answer and analyze deals for me and then place those offer types for me as well. So let me walk you through how the AI actually works now. It scans off-market data every day. Pre-foreclosures, tax delinquent properties, burnt out landlords who want to exit. It scans for motivated sellers. It has literally almost 2,000 APIs in it at this point. So if there's any data on somebody being a motivated seller or property being priced at a discount to what it's actually worth, it will find that property. And so that's what allows us to move faster than what the open market regularly allows. Then every property that passes that filter gets underwritten automatically. We pull rent comps, we look at the expense model, does cash flow projection, no emotions, no optimistic assumptions, literally just the math. And if it doesn't work, it gets filtered out without wasting my time. And then we also have different AI agents running inside of the machine. It's a set of, I think it's 42 now, that are literally all day just doing QC every 5 minutes to make sure to catch any hallucinations if they do happen. So that's the AI brain. But then on the financing side, we use almost exclusively DSCR loans as the core first lien loan in our funding stack. So there's no W-2, no tax returns. There's none of that income verification required, and it doesn't impact your debt to income utilization either. Then as far as down payments go, we either utilize like a combination of internal assignments, the Peacock strategy, like I said. If the seller is open to it, we use seller financing. Sometimes we look at getting a personal term loan instead. Sometimes we even look at getting a personal term loan as well to replace our down payment money if the property's cash flow allows for it. So that combination of financial tools, the AI brain, and then also the deal scraping system. And so that financing engine, coupled with the other things, of course, is what's allowed us to scale and keep scaling. Where conventional lending would have maybe cut us off, creative financing has a specific place. And then once the deal actually closes, the system also handles tenant placement. We specifically target government-backed rental programs like a Section 8 because the rent is paid by the government. But we also look at Eden programs and other veteran housing programs as well. Property management is also automated. Rent collection, maintenance, lease renewals, they're all handled. Like my role at this point is just reviewing a monthly statement. So I'm 23 years old. I have no institutional backing, but my track record at this point is pretty solid. This is not my first rodeo. This is probably my third company. This is my second technology solution that works. But you know, the real reason why I think that this infrastructure could eventually be worth, you know, $100 million or $200 million is that real estate is not, or maybe even more, honestly, you know, minimum bid for an AI company is $1 billion, right? So thing is, for us, like, we're not running some business where we're giving AI agents to like some small business. Like, we're actually using it. We have an automated pipeline to source deals, deploy capital at a high cash on cash percentage, and then also stabilize that property as well. And so how do you value that company? An AI system that buys assets automatically, what is that even worth, right? So it's just crazy how everything kind of came into place all at once. And the more that we give this AI system to other people, literally the more data that we get, so the better and smarter it gets over time, and it ends up compounding. And that's part of the reason why I'm making this video, because I think that by sharing it, more investors will understand how it works, and the stronger the whole thing is going to get. But also, I mean, it's really given me my life back. I talked about at the beginning of this video how I was working 80 80 or 90 hours a week. And if this helps one person, then, you know, the 10 or 15 minutes this took me to record will 100% be worth it. So at this point, you now understand the system, how the AI finds deals, how it underwrites them, how it structures the financing, places tenant, and manages the operation. If you want to see how this AI tool could be leveraged for you to scale your financial situation, then the link below is going to take you to a conversation with either me or somebody on our staff. It's not going to be a pitch, it's just going to be a real conversation. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments, I'll get to them. If it's about the AI system or if it's about real estate in general or creative financing, yeah, you know, I'd be happy to help and add value wherever I can. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, you know, if this helps out one person win back 40 hours of their life by leveraging AI or even by using AI to buy property and escape their financial situation, that would be incredible. I would love that. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Mark Munoz signing out.